Hello to you all, and welcome to this webinar. My name is Douglas McNeilage. I'm the Regional Director for Verint South Africa. At Verint, we help the world's most iconic brands build enduring customer and workforce relationships through market-leading technology, supported by artificial intelligence and advanced analytics. At Verint, we are a passionate community whose solutions support and power today's evolving and distributed workforce to create the very best customer and employee experiences. We're all about the boundless customer engagement. We asked workplace psychologist Matt Flurry to review three of our solutions and share his thoughts on some of the psychological principles that underpin their design and enable them to have a great employee experience alongside the very best customer experience and operational efficiency. I'm sure you will find this next 20 minutes both fascinating and insightful. So please do enjoy.
My name is Matt Flurry. I'm a business psychologist with my own small advisory and consultancy business called Durngate. I help businesses think about their talent challenges and behaviour at work, and I support them through change. I'm obsessed with helping people become more effective and happier at work, and this challenge is slightly different and even more key to an organisation's success as we move out of lockdown and into a new world of work. I'll share a few thoughts about some key psychological principles that underpin some of Verint's solutions, and why these solutions, if implemented well, can help to improve employee experience, both in terms of colleague motivation and engagement. I'll also provide a couple of suggestions around effective implementation, how to get the best from the tools through a supportive culture and positive management behaviours. Before I talk about any of Verint's solutions, I thought it might be useful to share a few key principles around motivation at work. This obviously presupposes that having motivated people at work is a good thing, and indeed, research shows that motivated people tend to stay in role longer and strive to be the best they can be at work. In this session, I'm going to talk about 5 key principles. 3 of these, which you could call the drivers of motivation, are well explained in Dan Pink's book Drive, which summarises the findings of years of research into the science of motivation. Taking each of these in turn: mastery. A sense of mastery means feeling that you are getting better at something that matters to you. It doesn't mean quickly reaching perfection and never making a mistake. It means getting a sense of improving your ability and capability over time. As researcher Teresa Immobile puts it, the biggest single driver of motivation is feeling that you are making progress in meaningful work. This point about meaningful work is something I'll come back to in a moment. The second principle is that of autonomy. A sense of autonomy means feeling that you have some control over what you do and how you do it. Clearly, in most work environments, there are constraints and controls in place about what we do and how we do it, but it's important that organisations and managers continually look for opportunities to give colleagues real autonomy and choice. Motivation is significantly affected when people feel done to with little or no control, when they feel like pawns rather than players. We all have an active role to play in delivering great customer service, not a passive role. The third principle is purpose. A sense of purpose means having a deep understanding of the impact you are having on other people through your efforts, working out the difference you're making in the world. Clearly, if you are a firefighter or a midwife, this is immediately apparent to you. But most of us don't have roles where the positive impacts are quite so obvious. But, as psychologist Dan Cable says, it's important that we have a sense of the why of our work, beyond just the fact that we get paid for it. For most of us, this sense of purpose comes from understanding and experiencing the impact of our work on our customers and our colleagues. The fourth concept is fairness, or to give it another more scientific name, procedural justice. And the final concept is psychological safety. I'll talk more about these two later on. We'll now take a look at three variant solutions: workforce management, knowledge management, and gamification.
Variant workforce management enables colleagues to have the visibility of their own work schedule from anywhere, so that they can quickly check when they are working and when they are not. They can manage their own schedule, book time off, arrange overtime when it's available, and even swap shifts with their colleagues using their mobile if something unexpected crops up outside of work. Importantly, it allows organizations to be totally dynamic on how they manage shift patterns. It's not just about set shift times. Workforce management technology can even support a small number of hours worked at any time over a working week and can enable organizations to flex rapidly to meet people's needs, something that can really improve diversity and inclusion goals.
So, workforce management gives power and flexibility, or as Dan Pink would say, autonomy to employees, whilst at the same time allowing organisations to understand their demand and resources and plan effectively. And making schedules and overtime availability transparent to all, not just those in the office when the overtime becomes available, increases the sense of fairness within the organisation, of procedural justice. We have a human need for fairness. Most of us would be happier receiving a gift of a £10 voucher when everyone else also received the same, compared to receiving a £12 gift voucher when others receive 15. Fairness is how we perceive we're being treated relative to others. And research shows we're much more likely to accept an undesirable outcome, entering a competition but not winning it, for example, if we believe that the decision has been reached through a fair process. This sense of fairness, of opportunities being available to all, is key to maintaining a healthy culture and an engaged workforce. The perception of a level playing field is especially important when you have a hybrid workforce. All colleagues need to feel that they are being treated fairly wherever they choose to work from.
Various knowledge management technology delivers scalable, cost-effective solutions to ensure that every question can be answered confidently and issues handled faster, with more empathy, whether customers are in self-service mode or engaging with an agent in the contact center. In short, knowledge management delivers the right answers immediately. Agents can search using natural language to find the best guidance in less time, with less effort, leaving them more time to respond with empathy. This reduces call handle times and decreases escalations while improving satisfaction levels and first contact resolution. The technology simplifies the creation and publication of knowledge, ensuring up-to-date content is published quickly and agents can rapidly feel confidence in their answers.
So, knowledge management supports business goals around customer satisfaction and operational efficiency, but it also supports colleagues' sense of mastery and autonomy. Having the agent in control and being able to extract the correct answers to things they don't know at exactly the point that they need these answers gives them real autonomy. And because knowledge management can be searched in natural language and so answers can be found quickly, it shortens the time to effectiveness of new joiners and increases their sense of mastery and felt competence. I'm sure we've all experienced being a new joiner. It feels uncomfortable at first and a bit stressful until we feel up to speed and competent, as though we know what we're doing and we're adding value. And being able to confidently answer a customer's question without having to pass them to a colleague really supports this getting up to speed. This single source of the correct answer to important questions available to your fingertips is even more important in a world where more and more colleagues are working from home and so don't have access to the same level of across the desk informal learning that occurs when people are co-located. Knowledge management also enables alerts to be sent to all employees so they have up-to-date insight and can prepare in advance to help colleagues with a specific issue that's likely to follow. And As colleagues get more experienced and more confident in their roles, they can choose to use the feedback mechanism in knowledge management to offer suggestions for improvement, supporting a sense of continuous improvement and enabling them to feel a key part of that.
Variant gamification enables colleagues to track their improvement in their personal performance in terms of agreed metrics over time and have their achievements recognized by the business. This can be either virtually or in conjunction with real life reward schemes where points or badges can be exchanged for prizes and gifts that the business allows. As well as tracking their own performance, people can engage in healthy competition with their colleagues, benchmarking their own scores with the wider group, but ensuring that the solution keeps everything confidential. So you might see that your score is the third highest out of the eight, but you don't know what the other named person actually has scored.
So, firstly, gamification supports mastery by enabling people to track their improvement in personal performance in terms of agreed metrics over time and have their achievements recognized. It's potentially great fun for colleagues to be able to exchange points and awards for prizes and gifts in the real world, but the real benefit from a psychological point of view is the intrinsic motivation that comes from a sense of improvement. I like that the system shows colleagues their comparative performance, that healthy competition mentioned a moment ago, but by keeping things confidential, the focus is on improving your relative score rather than on beating some other specific person. That's much healthier. And what I also think is great, linked to the concept of autonomy I discussed earlier, is that colleagues can discuss with their line managers any areas where they particularly like to improve their performance, perhaps aligned to their future career goals. And the manager can then create a specific challenge in the system to help the colleague achieve that performance improvement. And then finally, the fact that the gamification solution generates regular, real-time objective feedback can add to a sense of fairness, of procedural justice when it comes to performance evaluation. I've been really impressed as I've got to know Verint and begun to better understand the care and attention to detail that goes into their solutions so that they can help customers to support and get the best from today's evolving and distributed workforce. Making most use of these tools requires effective implementation, clear and regular communication, consistency of key messaging, and effective change management. And of course, ultimately, it is an organization's culture and ways of working that set the foundation for business improvement. And if anyone's ever heard me speak before, they'll know that I feel strongly that managers have a key role in creating and protecting a positive work context through their actions, through what they reward, recognize, and role model, and also what behaviors they feed back on. Verint's tools can help to improve colleagues' sense of mastery and autonomy, but the third of the big three of the elements that drive motivation, a sense of purpose, comes predominantly from person-to-person interaction. Managers need to help people interpret the purpose of their roles in terms of what matters to them. If you hire people for their strong customer focus, continue to help them understand how their actions and efforts link to great customer outcomes. And similarly, if you want people to collaborate and support each other within the team, make sure there are ways that they can understand the positive impact they have within the team. Don't assume that people just know this stuff. And managers can help to engender a sense of belonging within the team through positive rituals like tea breaks and peer-to-peer appreciation. This isn't about forced fun, it's about creating the time and space and background against which this sense of belonging can emerge. And then, finally, the concept of psychological safety is key. People need to be confident to speak up, ask questions, and make mistakes. And managers can support this by showing humility, inviting questions, and responding positively to questions and innocent mistakes. I hope you found this presentation interesting and useful. I hope I've been able to convey how sound the science is behind these three solutions, how they've been designed to support a sense of mastery and a sense of autonomy to colleagues. These two principles, alongside purpose, fairness, and psychological safety, are key ingredients of a great employee experience that can improve retention, skill development, motivation, and engagement, and ultimately lead to even more satisfied customers and greater efficiency. I wish you all the best as you continue to strive to help people to be more effective and happier at work. If anyone would like to connect with me, please do get in touch. I have a fairly unusual surname, so I'm fairly easy to find on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Matt. It's been an illuminating session. If you're interested in finding out more about our solutions and what we can support your workforce with, please contact myself or my team, direct, or visit our website at verint.com. We would be delighted to discuss your needs further. I hope you all enjoyed our webinar and have a wonderful day further. Thank you.